Border Force officials are searching for a group of people from a suspected illegal fishing boat which was located in far north Queensland. Reporter Sexton-McGrath joins us now from the Daintree. Christy, good morning. So first off, when did this boat turn up and where exactly?
Well, good morning, Joe. This is still very much a developing situation. As you can see right behind me, you can see the sunken boat. I'm at Cape Kimberley. It's about a 2-hour drive north of Cairns in the Daintree rainforest. Now, we know that the boat arrived at about midday yesterday. It began taking on water, and that's when we know probably around 30 people we're hearing made the decision to swim to shore, braving crocodile-infested ocean waters.
Did any local fishermen or tour groups see them?
They did. Now, the local fishermen, and we've spoken to quite a few local residents here this morning that did see them, they're the ones that raised the alarm. They contacted the Australian Border Force and Queensland Police when they started literally filtering through their backyards. So the ABF and Queensland Police were quick to respond. At the moment, we know that not too far away from me, there's 3 illegal immigrants sitting in the back of an ABF van, and we know that another 2 were caught just as the ABC arrived here trying to cross the Daintree River ferry. Now, Joe, you know this area well. You know that the Daintree River ferry is the only way out of this area, not unless you're brave enough to swim across the Daintree River. Yeah, so
we're just seeing some of your pictures from this morning. Just talk us through what's been happening there this morning at the crossing.
Well, it was. We arrived probably about 2 hours ago now. There's a police roadblock there. You know, obviously it's a very busy time of the year for tourists, lots of caravans. Police are stopping every single car and every single caravan that is attempting to cross the Daintree River on the ferry and searching their vehicles.
Yeah. And so, Christy, you mentioned they thought that possibly 30 people on board. So how many of these people have been captured now and how many are still at large?
Well, Joe, Australian Border Force isn't giving us the exact figures. It's, as I say, very much a developing situation. Yeah. We believe 13 people have been apprehended at the moment, but we know, as I say, there's more people in vans. Another 2 people were caught this morning. We don't know if that total makes up the 13 and how many more are actually at large. Yeah. Now, you know, Joe, this area, as you know, many crocodiles. It is inhospitable terrain. This is the Daintree rainforest. It is full of it's full of stinging tree. The terrain is very dense. It would certainly be very hard to move through. Now, we know that the SES has also joined in the search. They're actually searching mangroves. As I say, the ABF has taken to the skies. They're searching with a helicopter that keeps buzzing overhead every now and again. And of course, Queensland Police is involved in this search. We believe the dog squad were the ones that bought the latest 3, that found the latest 3, and as I say, are now sitting in a van.
And Christy, have officials said whether they believe these people are asylum seekers or fishermen, or is that still a bit up in the air?
Look, Joe, again, it's still very up in the air. We're not sure if they're illegal immigrants or if this was, you know, they're illegal fishers that have got into trouble and come ashore. But what we do know is that around 11 people were apprehended yesterday, and they were rounded up on this beach where I'm sitting right now. There's some great photos in various local media outlets. We saw women, we saw children, so not just men, and we know that the rest of them, a lot of them have simply cut for it through the bush behind me.
Yeah, and have officials said what nationality these people are?
They're not. No, they haven't revealed those details. We've put in many requests, but we're still waiting to hear the exact details.
And Christy, that's a fair way out to where the boat's grounded behind you now. As you mentioned, croc-infested waters there. Have you spoken to locals about that? What that would have been like getting through that water? Or does the tide kind of go out a fair distance from where you are now, so it wouldn't have been such a distance for these people to get to land?
Yeah, well, that's what we're hearing. The tide probably goes out about halfway,
Right.
where you can see behind me now. But they certainly would have had to have either waded or swam in a distance. And I can tell you, Joe, I wouldn't put a toe in that water behind me. And my cameraman here today, Brendan Mounter, is keeping a very close eye on the horizon for me.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Christy Sexton-McGrath and Brendan Mounter there reporting from the Daintree in Queensland.